EA Sports. It's in the game.
I've always been told that I'm too small, I'm not big enough, I'm not fast enough. I don't have what it takes to be the best and stay there. Sweat is necessary. Walter and Jerry had their heels, never being comfortable with just good enough. It's right now or never! It's right now or never! I prepare so no one can take what is mine. No one can replace my mind, my heart. Lombardi inspired me. And now our biggest prize bears his name. I'm older. Of course I'm older. That's the beauty of it. 16 years plus. Different level of wisdom, different level of understanding, different level of punishment. I want to live long after my records have fallen, long after my rings have tarnished. And whatever you got to do to make sure you chase your legacy every second of your life. Will you be remembered? How would you be remembered? Why wouldn't you fight for the greatest achievement ever? Leave your mark.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another exciting edition of This Week at Madden, show 87. Kicking off with a bang. Lots of live Madden NFL 13 tips to get to you. We got our lab coats on. Beakers are out. As always, joined by my co-host, SGibs. Also a special guest that we will have later in the show for you, bringing you tips that we've been labbing all over the break. Hope everybody had a great new year. 2012, great year for me and SGibs here, so we want to thank everybody that supported us during the last season, and it's been a great year.
It's been a great year. Looking forward to 2013. And one question for you, Farls. Where's your playoff beard?
I shaved it.
Why did you shave your playoff beard, Farls? Mine's
not a huge playoff.
Mine's growing. Look at this. This
not
is
a huge playoffs guy this year. We'll see. We'll see what's up.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm not worried. You know, Giants didn't get in, but
oh, they didn't make it to the playoffs.
No, not every team.
What happened?
We just played a tough schedule. We won all our big games, but it just wasn't enough to get in. And our reigning Super Bowl champs are over, and now the Pats actually will have a chance to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, maybe so. Yep. Well.
So as we noted, we have Daryl DK coming in on the show to help out live with some tips. He's actually going to be playing somebody from the chat later in the show, so we have that going on. SGibs will be taking on Shopmaster of My Madden Pad, also hosts the Game Changers radio show, which you can hear on Tuesday nights. So we have lots of action coming up, and we got a lot of tips too. So let's take our first mailbag question and see what's going on. From Cold Turkey, he wants to know, I really like the sub 146 in the Daleks playbook. I like using plays such as the Okie Roll 2 and the Corner Fire 2. Roll, can you show me how to tighten up these plays or any similar plays from the 146 to make this a more effective defense to run with?
Yeah, we can definitely show you that here.
So note that both plays that he likes are cover 2 plays, which the yellows can do a lot for you, especially on the outside, those two over here as we look at the PlayStation 3. But the problem is with the outside, cover 2, you're vulnerable up the middle.
Correct.
You're up on those deep streaks and seams where a lot of guys like to attack. So let's give him something else.
Well, that's the issue. The Okie Roll, I look at that play and I wonder where the success you're having it with it is. I mean, the simple cover 2 sink.
Yeah.
You know, I would say maybe look at a play like cross 3 fire instead. You have better coverage. You could probably get better pressure out of it. When we go into the play, though, I'm going to take a look here to see what my initial reaction about the 146 is. I'm going to see this. Let me see. What I like about the 146 is that I can blitz the outside linebackers.
Yep.
where typically if this was dollar, they'd be on the defensive line. So that's a nice feature
So
of this
quick
formation.
global blitz adjustments, which are if you use R1 in the right stick, either left or to the right, you can quickly get those guys to blitz straight down, which is useful for a lot of our blitzing style coverages. It allows you to set up things quick and be on somebody else and still make adjustments. So that's why we like the global command. So that's a good thing about it.
And overall, just looking at this formation, you have the 4 linebackers that you can blitz, and then the 1 down lineman. So to me, something that's easy to get pressure would be something as simple as you'd blitz all the linebackers.
Because you have 1 down lineman, 4 linebackers.
Correct.
Which is for the 4.
So you have all the linebackers blitzing, and then you'd bring 1 safety in the box and blitz him. And now you have a scenario where you're sending, it's 6 guys, it's overload, so we know that, but it's something that's simple that you could do from any play from this entire scheme. So if I wanted to go cover 2, here's a cover 2 sink, and now actually you see that the corner's blitzing right here, right? So now I know that the corner's blitzing, so I could blitz all these linebackers here, and now I have an overload from cover 2 sink. And again, we're not trying to, have a dominant coverage out of this. We're just trying to send heavy pressure from every single coverage that the formation allows us to, right? So very simple to do that from a cover 3, from the cover 2 sink. You could do it from 2 men under, but then you're gonna leave someone open. Actually, it's pretty good from this formation because you blitz him, bring the safety down. The only guy uncovered would be that tight end, and you could spy him, or if that was a halfback out of the backfield, and then snap the ball. You sit on him, you wait for him to make a move. I mean, that's kind of how I would look at this formation. I like it's almost like a 1-5-5. It's a 1-4-6. So you still have those 4 guys, 4 linebackers you can blitz. So a lot of flexibility and how you can set pressure up. Let's see what else we could do here. If I spread the linebackers, shift them left. Curious where they go. They don't shift over too much. But what I could do is I could generate pressure off this left edge. So instead of blitzing the safety, now I blitzed that corner and shift the linebackers left, and I should be able to get pressure off the left edge. So now pressure off the left edge, that was double
2 guys
pressure.
free, yeah.
Right, so that was nice. And now I could do the same thing off the right edge.
And what you want to do here is send 1 less guy, and then then maybe work one of your defensive linemen into some type of zone where see if you can still get pressure. Then you'll have pressure coming off one edge and dropping it off the other side.
And now we can do it off the right edge. So you're seeing now there's just different ways we can tweak this formation. It's definitely one that not a lot of guys are using, so you could definitely get fresh looks out of it. And again, the flexibility to blitz the linebackers or the flexibility to drop them all in the zones, that's awesome.
Cover up the middle quick and stop some of those quick throws. That's a real nice perk to this type of playbook here. So let's take a look at our next mailbag question, and then we'll chat about the Virgin Gaming Tournament that we had over the weekend, which was a great event. So we'll talk about that just after this question from The Truth X26. I would like to know, is there a way to hold on to passes while getting hit? I played with the Packers, and their receivers dropped 11 passes, which cost me the game. It seems like when you catch anything close to the defender, they hit you and you drop the ball. So that's a good point, and as we come back to here on PS3, that's going to be your catch and traffic rating. Now, when you use your control and click on and catch a pass, sometimes they'll go up for an animation, and as you know in Madden 13, they have a catch tackle. So let me throw to Scheffler and just see if you can...
Uncle Sheffy?
See if he can catch it, but then maybe get a catch tackle downfield. So if I were to catch this, I'm then going to get hit. So we just saw that kind of play out right there. In last year's Madden, as soon as you caught the ball, you were kind of safe until you landed on the ground, and that's why throwing in traffic was so tight. But here, as you can see, as soon as he catches it, we're going to get a catch tackle played by 21. So number 21 is going to tackle us, and he's going to knock the ball loose. And the rating that goes into play in that is catch and traffic. So if you go through the roster, you're going to see Calvin Johnson is going to have, I would assume, the highest catch and traffic in the game. I mean, at least on Detroit. And then guys like Wes Welker, guys that are known for going over the middle, hanging onto the ball. We'll dig through the depth chart here, and these are the ratings that you want to look at here. So at wide receiver and at tight end, your bigger targets are going to be the guys that have the catch and traffic. The Packers have lost a bit of their catch and traffic.
Right.
Greg Jennings doesn't hang on to it quite like he used to. So Calvin Johnson's got 94 catch and traffic, And in general, yeah, these guys on the Lions are not superior to
Durham,
some of the
though,
other teams out there.
83, 6'6". He's got good catch and traffic pedigree. He's 6'5", I believe, tight end, and he's got good catch and traffic. And then, of course, Uncle Sheffy. I love myself some Uncle Sheffy. 82 for pedigree. So some solid numbers for the Lions there.
So if you like to run, it really depends what type of routes you want to run. If you're going to run guys over the middle of the field and they're going to get hit like that, they're going to drop the ball. But if you're running outs where you're getting open passes, I personally don't like to click on a lot of the time because I find that when I click on, I'll create a catch tackle scenario, whereas sometimes when you just let the computer catch it, you don't get as fancy of a catch and you don't open yourself up to take a hit.
You don't activate a sweet animation.
Let me get a throw downfield. I'm going to throw to R1 here, so we'll clear that out. Like, right there, if I click on, see how I jumped for no reason, really?
But you kind of want to do that.
No, because it depends on the guy. This happened to me a lot. Right here, I click on right there. So I click on and turn him inside and go get it.
Yeah.
So you can see the red circle lights up. But by doing so, I jump. The computer, you're not going to get that with the computer if you just throw a straight ball. The computer's not going to jump like that most of the time for the ball. Look at this. I now got to take 2 hits.
That was a catch tackle, though.
So a catch tackle plays out, but watch this. Now
don't just throw it to him.
I don't click on.
Yeah, but
now he dropped it. So, but usually,
see that's scarier to me. I'd rather go up and know I have it, and then hope the catch tackle doesn't play out.
Okay, so but this is just my thought. A lot of times when I do this and I don't click on, as you'll see here, I don't click on.
Yeah.
His feet stay on the ground, so no catch tackle play. Here he just gets popped. But usually you don't open yourself up to a catch tackle where it can get knocked loose.
You know what my move is, and you've said this before. I will catch the ball and I immediately hold R1, like cover up.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I don't know if it does anything, but I feel like it might help the guy hold on the ball. I know that when you go up on defense to try and break a pass up, you're always hitting L1 in hopes to try to generate a catch
L1,
tackle.
I'm trying to either hold on with R1 to cover up the ball, or I'm trying to swat it away. Basically trying to strip the computer, and I think sometimes that can help. So like there, I was close to the defender, but me playing that nice catch animation there kind of threw off the defender. So there's a balance to it. You don't want to click on and mess up for no reason, but you don't want to make your guy jump. You want to get a smooth catch like that if you're trying to go downfield, so that you want your feet on the ground because you don't want to get open to a catch tackle, catching traffic. Depends where you're throwing too.
Right.
Compressed sets, you're working the middle. There's going to be a lot of guys in your area when, you're going to be a lot of guys in your area when you go to catch. All right, so let's come back here. And we had the Virgin Gaming Tournament on Saturday?
It was Saturday. All day affair.
So from the site, we had SGibs played, Ryan Dykes played, Zan was in,
I believe
Bronco.
Yeah, so we had those guys from our site, madtips.com, that played in the tournament. It was a 16-man tournament. If you guys missed it from the last twin that we had 2 weeks ago, we first 16 people to win that tournament.
2 games.
2 games were then pushed along into the final 16, where that tournament played out on this past Saturday. The winner of that tournament got a seat in the Las Vegas finals, and unfortunately, yours truly lost in the finals, 39-38. So 1 point.
So a tough game. So
1 point.
Talk about your road. So if you want to check out more details, there's a recap post on MaddenTips.com right now. So you can go there. Gibbs wrote up his 4 opponents that he played. He played 4 games, and just basically a recap of the game, what they were running, what he was running, what the thought process was going on. And congratulations to Warhawk for taking down the seed.
Warhawk's a great player. He really is. Good scheme. One thing that he did that is probably the best defensive play I've seen this year is I had a play where I'm throwing to a receiver out of the backfield. And I was hitting him quite a bit throughout the game.
Yep.
And we talk about baiting on defense. So you kind of show that, oh, this is open, and then you recover and make a great play.
Yep.
The best bait I've ever seen in my entire life. He set me up, and
hooked you?
It was, and if he's watching, if he sees this, kudos, because it was amazing. I know you know what I'm talking about, but it was just defensive perfection, that one play, and that's what you're going to get when you play in the Virgin Gaming tournament in the Madden Challenge coming up. You're going to get top competition. be ready. And I just, it was I was so close, so close. I had a 14-point lead, ZFarls, 5 minutes.
Apparently had a 14-point
lead.
Go. Could not execute his 4-minute offense that we talk about. Couldn't close it out.
Nope.
So we still have a chance to qualify January 9th on PlayStation 3, so we'll be ready to do that. And it was an exciting tournament, though. It was very cool. We gave away a seat to Las Vegas with Virgin Gaming, MaddenTips.com. So if you guys played in that, thanks a lot. And I hope you got to see some great competition. We had some good players locking up in it, and it's great that we can get that level of guys on the site. So we will take the next mailbag question. This one comes in from Luna Wolf.
Luna Wolf. We have a new wolf trying to...
Moonwolf, I think.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that translates to Moonwolf.
Wow.
I'm using the starter guide offense with the Patriots, and I'm having trouble reading the blitz when I'm in the I-form tight trying to run the ball. Any advice? So I'm actually going to let Daryl, because Daryl runs the starter offense still, and he just runs gun spread, and he's kind of made some adjustments going on the entire season. So I know you have the Pats book, and usually you run it out of Arizona.
Yep.
But I think they have single back wide trips screen, or what do they have? What kind of screen do they have? They have a good screen
from Gun Ace. Is that what you want?
Yeah, they have a screen out of Gun Ace.
Yeah.
Yeah,
FL screen?
Gun Ace FL screen. So I think So this is something that I was just playing Daryl earlier, and his ability to run the draw is something that I haven't seen lately from a lot of people, and also his ability to run the FL screen when he senses pressure. So Daryl, what are some of your keys of when you sense, that they may be setting up blitz, and just kind of take us through what you think.
Okay,
about that, so.
Well, the biggest thing is when I'm calling the screen, you have to pretty much set it up, because I'll take a couple losses on a few run plays. That way I can get them, stack in the box when they see this formation.
Yep.
And then I'll have this in my audibles, so I'll set Welker either going on a fade or across the middle, and then you want to put Ridley on your on a wheel route. Pressure gets in, and you basically, it's one-on-one usually, and I'm running with the Saints, so Sproles.
Yeah, he has Darren Sproles working overtime in the game. I went for a couple hit sticks. I was using the Niners, which is, I figured, free fumbles from Darren Sproles. Unfortunately, couldn't catch him, really. So, in general, what Daryl's saying is you got to make sure you have it set up, but just he's looking around the area. He's trying to see if he's going to get a one-on-one matchup, what he can do.
So basically, I mean, when I was playing you, I saw you coming and setting up your blitz, on the right side of the screen. And so at the last second, when I see this set up, okay, I'm going to switch over.
And honestly, the starter guide, the gun spread is still awesome. It's still, Bronco ran this play against SGibs, this similar type of play. It's just a perfect thing to...
I think we forget how effective it is, because what do I always say about the 5 sets for success, right? We always take away the things that we used in the beginning of the year, because I'm going to build upon it. I'm going to add this new cute play. This play's better.
Yeah.
And we get away from, and it doesn't mean that this stuff is no longer good or effective. We just find other things, and we kind of tend to get away from the things we started to use at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
But then if you go back to it,
yeah,
it's like a breath of fresh air.
And so
it's
the
still
reason
good.
we chose Arizona for the starter guide is it has the draw as a quick audible, which a lot of those formations don't, and then it also has in its gun spread, it has a screen, so it's from shotgun, but the guys are out in the slot, so they block a little nicer, and it's such a pain in the butt. And then because you're trying to set up your blitz, and you're thinking, if I blitz them with this play, it's gonna. The draw is going to be eaten up, because if you send pressure, sometimes draws will. The guy who comes in free, as he would on the pass, will tackle the ball carrier. So you're like, I still got this, is what I was thinking. But then Daryl would swing it out to the back, and I kind of be left in the dust. So a good way to alleviate pressure from that. Also, quick streak to the halfback or anything like that.
Another thing too, I know that he said he was having trouble running from the I-form when they send a blitz.
Yep.
I would switch to the play action there, take away the play action.
Yep.
Have the second tight end, you see where Fells is.
Yep.
Over the middle on a drag, and then get rid of the play action. And usually the fullback, I know exactly the play, because I'm running the same thing.
Yep.
And the fullback will be open in the flats usually when they bring pressure.
Yes. The first guy they forget about is the fullback. They always unman him up and just you'll concede it because you're willing to set it up. So good call from Daryl there. So check out the I-form tight. go to the play action audible, cancel the play action by blocking the halfback, fells over the middle, and then you have the fullback leaking out to the flat on a nice play. So good call from Daryl there, and I like it a lot. All right, let's take a look at Daryl plays on Xbox and PS3. He qualified on PS3 for Virgin Gaming, so he came in to get some lab tips. And he's going to be ready to rock on January 9th.
Yeah, buddy.
So we locked up, and he's going to be playing somebody from the chat later, but on Xbox, because Gibs is going to play Shopmaster on PS3. Next question. From Fort Worth Joe. He wants to know, how can I deal? Joe is having a tough day. Joe is having a real tough time in his question. I edited it down, but it was a good question. How can I deal with a wide receiver like Andre Johnson at tight end on offense? So that was his first part of his question. And so let's just go to PS3 here, and let's say we put a guy who's a little bit better than Andre Johnson.
Mr. Calvin?
Different type of Johnson.
Calvin
Johnson and Johnson, if you will. We'll put him at tight end, and let's see what we can come up with. I don't think it's as big of a problem. It can be a trouble at first, but tight ends in general are just really tough to defend. So don't feel like just because they put him there, they were that much better than you.
Right.
So, because if we go with a play like, we'll go PA comebacks, I'll cancel play action.
Yeah.
So even if this is Pettigrew and I'm going here, or anything that I'm doing is going to be annoying. And with Calvin Johnson, it's super more annoying than it would be. But that play still would have been good with Scheffler.
It would have been good with anybody, right?
So you're just making it better. And now I can't really run as much as I want to. As you see here, though, when he cuts, he really cuts. And now he's matched up on a linebacker. So a couple things you can do. One, don't let yourself have a linebacker cover him up. I know Joe couldn't get defensive assignments. They don't have it. So he couldn't get his corner on the tight end. But it's still not that hard to do. Bring somebody over. Here you have a safety, and you're going to stand right in front of Calvin Johnson. I had the play action on, but
yeah, messed it up.
Takes a sack there. So
take the play action off.
Here we have you lined up over Calvin Johnson. You're simply holding down R1 or RB, and you're going to manually press him, hopefully. But you miss.
Play action is messing it up.
So that's a nice little play then.
Yeah, take off PA.
Yeah.
I think.
So here we stand.
The wheel route might be messing me up too. Go ahead. Yeah, there. I press them and then I drop off.
Get back inside.
It's tough. The other thing I would recommend, and this is something that we've been doing recently, from a formation like this, if I want to stop the guys in the middle of the field, I like to drop deep zones from these D tackle spots, and then you're going to rush. You rush two guys, rush one guy, whatever. You want to spy one guy. Those D tackles dropping in those deep zones, as you can see, they cause a lot of just congestion. It's cold out. You get a lot of congestion over the middle of the field. That's what those guys do. They're making an ice box on the field.
So Supreme Beam's wondering, should he go to nickel or dime? Yes, because that will get you
more speed on the field.
Instead of having those linebackers in areas where they're going to be covering Calvin Johnson, go to that. But don't treat them that much differently. They're just it's not that Andre Johnson's there. It's that tight ends are really hard to stop in general.
Don't panic that it's Calvin Johnson there.
Yeah.
Panic that just there's a tight end on the field.
Yeah.
That's where I would say panic.
Definitely. And we have a bunch of articles on MaddenTips.com right now. If you search how to stop tight ends, MaddenTips.com, we have a bunch of posters, like 5 different articles to stop tight ends over the middle of the field. Just search that, and you'll be all set. The second part of his question, though, was how can he avoid being distracted by players moving constantly before the snap and after the snap? So this guy was, I guess, running around with Devin McCourty.
Yeah.
And he was kind of saying, McCourty should get tired. He shouldn't be able to, all game long just run around with Devin McCourty.
Right.
But this is almost how he should stop his first question.
Right.
I mean, this guy's in your head because he's running around like a clown.
Correct.
You don't really want to be moving around too nuts before the snap, but obviously what's good about moving around at the snap is the ability that once the ball's snapped, you're going full speed.
Right. Well, the one thing I would say about
if he's rushing you with that guy and he seems to be getting a boost, you want to throw where the pressure's coming from. So if he's going to rush from over, so I'm going to keep the halfback in to come where he could potentially be rushing from. I'm going to use a zig route to throw right to where the pressure was and hopefully have some space cleared out, and then I'm going to try and get in that area. But you can't be distracted by the user defender. That's what they want you to do. I mean, that's why they use your guy in a certain area.
What I would recommend and say is that the first thing that you want to do potentially is throw at the user guy.
See how good he is. Find out if he's any good,
Because that's probably the first thing I do is test my opponent and let's see how good they are. They're right up in my face.
Things like this too.
They're right up in my face, and right now kind of shading Johnson on a streak. And now it's very hard for me to get over there and cover. So that's difficult. Don't be afraid of it, but if you are afraid of it, I would say the easiest thing in the world to do is just to go away from him. So after this, if I'm using McCray and I'm watching Calvin Johnson and you have a formation like gun ace, just throw to the other tight end. I'm going to tell you right now, there's no way I'm going to be able to get to Scheffler if I'm moving like this by Calvin Johnson, trying to make a play on Johnson, and then you throw it to him, and I can't get there. You should have thrown it quicker than that, but...
Except for when I went up and caught it on your face.
Yeah.
Boom. So yeah, don't get annoyed. I know you seem like you're having some trouble, but we got a lot of articles on how to stop that stuff, and it's not necessarily more effective. It's not what the best people are doing. They are running those type of situations in place, but just because they have one guy with a higher rating there than a tight end, I mean, it's going to be tough to stop Jimmy Graham. It's going to be tough to stop Andre Johnson there, so don't get too flustered.
Right.
Next question. From Double J65. Do you guys find any value in playing the computer in play now mode to practice your skills? It seems like the computer does a better job adjusting when you run the same play multiple times offline as opposed to when you play another player online. Do you think there is any truth to this?
I would honestly say that playing the computer will not really make you that much better.
I'm going to say with Double J, depending on what level you're at.
Okay.
If you run curl flats against the computer, I would say the computer does a better job adjusting to it than a human does in one way. In the way that the DB on the outside will kind of like automatically shade himself outside. Mm-hmm. A good human opponent would shade the coverage outside or would drop a purple. But a bad opponent would just keep calling cover three, and then just keep getting mad when you kept throwing it on him.
Hey, cover 3's not working.
But
change it up.
The human kind of will make some adjustments. The computer will make some adjustments that a human would, but they don't feel like you feel like they're cheating.
Here, do you want some experiments? Do you want some gelatin? This is legit. I know I'm cutting them off midstream here, but we have legit, like, I don't even know what we call it, poison.
We have glycerin with 15% water.
Bicarbonate de sodium. Sodium bicarbonate.
2 of those.
You need 2 of those.
Pretty sure you can make a volcano with that.
Gelatin.
And,
you never know when you're going to make Jell-O.
And limestones or calcium carbonate.
Limestones, I'm going to go build a pyramid after with that.
So, now that I've lost my train of thought, so the computer will make adjustments on specific plays, but a computer will never make an adjustment on a play like Falcon Cross. So Falcon Cross, obviously one of our favorite plays of all time, a wheel route, right? So we'll go over here on, let's go to Xbox real quick. So this play, Pat's tight end attack, like the computer will never actually make this adjustment here. So this X route, this X play, the Y route, it's this red tight end route, and you'll see it against 2-man under. The computer, if they're gonna play man-to-man, they'll never, like, see how, like, I don't know, he got beat, so you're gonna throw outside. So you're gonna say, exactly, somebody in the chat said it, Little Trashman, you can easily manipulate the computer. Like, the computer's never going to be able to adjust that because there's just nothing it can do.
Well, the computer is set in its way. It's doing what it's doing. It's doing what it's programmed to do.
On, like, a stock route, the computer, if you throw that X route to Lloyd a million times, the computer will be like, okay, I'm going to play it more outside. Where a human would play it more outside, too, but they would do it a different way.
What's our theory, the way you can beat the computer no matter what?
Think like a computer.
No, call 4 verticals, put one guy in out, and then that's it. And you'll beat the computer every time, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
So,
but a human would do this. A human would be like this.
They would burn a calorie, make one adjustment or something.
And even though like the computer won't do that, and you can still, it adjusts in a different way, but I don't think it's going to make you better in the long term. It might show you how your plays can get shut down, but you can mess with the computer. And in theory, you're still playing the computer when you're playing a human because 10 of his guys are computer guys.
The biggest difference that you're going to see between playing the computer and playing an actual human is the computer is never making an adjustment. The computer's never going to be an X factor. It's never going to jump a route.
Yeah.
It's never going to
safety's never going to do something weird.
Come up in the box, like make an adjustment, or send a it
will, but it's like built in.
It's the meta game within a game of Madden between a human versus
when you play a human, you're still playing the computer, and you're treating it like because we've all played the computer a million times.
But the point I want to get to is like when we're playing each other, you know what I do So you're already planning in advance to try and defend that. But
and I know you're just trying to beat my computer's weaknesses.
Correct.
So
and you're trying to protect those weaknesses, but still predict, like, okay, he knows that he wants to do this, and he knows that I know that, so I need to go above that.
Yeah.
And it just,
Daryl, when you train for the upcoming January 9th PS3, are you going to be playing the computer or are you going to be playing humans?
Humans.
Because you always got to train for what you're going to be doing.
Always humans.
You're about to be playing humans. A computer in a pinch, if you only have, say, play now,
right.
Play the computer on all Madden, and then you can
turn all the sliders up, yeah.
Because that will help you like read football. I mean, the computer does actually do a good job if you are running to the right and you're like overpowering them. Mm-hmm. Say you stack 5 guys against I-form twin tight ends to the weak side, they'll motion the tight end over. So you can actually learn about balance. So like the computer would do something like this here. Like if you had all this traffic over here, the computer would kind of automatically do this.
Or like if you audible.
Humans don't really do this.
No, computer does do that though.
But it's like it kind of works.
It does work, and the computer does it, and then it's weird when they do it.
Yeah, because a human would only do this to like.
And check this, right? So say
like motion Calvin, and the
say
computer would do this.
If I set a blitz up like this, like so, say that's the stock formation, right? And I set up a blitz like this against the computer. The very first thing they would do is they would motion Johnson over right, and they would block Johnson.
Yeah.
Like it's like clockwork.
And you're kind of like forcing them to do it, and then they'd be like, all right.
Right, and then they motion that guy over there. Then they block best, and it's like you're really not getting in because we're blocking everybody. And then they throw that one open guy, and you're like, what the heck?
It's kind of fun. It's kind of a bit of a battle. They play it different than we do.
Right. Playing the computer though, if you're trying to get better at
balance
online ranked though, playing the computer is not going to get you there.
Yeah.
It will to a certain point.
Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier.
Right.
We've come full circle.
Perfect.
If you stink, you got to play the computer to practice and get down on the little things. But then once you start beating them consistently, then you got to go play against a human who you still want to use those things you used to beat the computer, but then you got to learn how to play the human too, who's going to make adjustments. So then when you get up to the top, it doesn't really help you to come back and play the computer. Next question.
Boom.
From Double J65, he wants to know, what route combinations other than crow flats do you guys think have been the most successful in creating separation in this year's game?
Bench bonus.
So bench bonus.
Bench bonus probably one of the best pound for pound. You know, I'm not saying best play in the game, but for that specific question, it's great at all levels for doing a lot of different things, attacking man in zone and the blitz.
So I'm going to answer just from he asked specifically about concepts. I'm going to think 4 verticals is going to create a lot of separation against zone style defenses.
Yeah.
Also, I mean, anything out of bunch is going to just work in real life. So here's a play like PA post. A play like this is somebody's going to get open somewhere because there's just not enough guys to cover open in the middle of the field. You know what I mean? If they're playing like any zone concept, whether it be curl flats, whether it be a play that goes downfield like this, that was going to get open against cover 3, anything that's realistic pretty much matches up well
something that
to
works
its real life counterpart.
Something that works well too is Hollow Point just said if you do like a levels concept. So if you place Pettigrew on an in and then put the circle receiver on a deep in.
Okay. From the stock play.
From here, you can do it from here. Like so, if people don't know what levels is, it's just running the same pattern, but having one be deep, one be shallow. So if you put circle on an in.
Yeah.
That would be
And then
keep them at the same. Keep them. Put smart route 1.
Correct.
And now put Pettigrew on a one in and smart route it.
Got it.
So that's levels, and that works really well against zone, works against man, but you see how they flood? So we always talk about flooding like one half of the field.
Yeah.
And levels does a good job at attacking zones because it pinpoints a defender in one specific area on the field, and it tells them, make a decision. Are you going to cover the high guy, or are you going to cover the low guy? And you throw to whichever one he doesn't cover.
Yeah.
Because there's only one zone defender in that one area, so whoever he decides to go to.
Are you covering the guy at 5 yards downfield or 15 yards downfield?
So levels, here's the thing, levels works really well in Madden, but other things work better. So that's why you don't use it. That's why I don't use it. And is it my fault? No. I want to do what's best. I want to do what's going to work the quickest in the best form.
With levels is a lot better this year with all the passing trajectories, now that they're actually fixed up and you can actually touch it in. But before, like in last year's game, this is something that they had to fix. Levels last year wasn't great because linebackers could leap too high. Okay. Now they fixed the super jump in linebackers. So now a guy who's covering a 5-yard route at 7 yards can't all of a sudden pick off a pass at the 15-yard mark. Now he can't. Now he can only cover a guy who's maybe at 10 or 12 yards because they fixed a lot of that leaping super catch type stuff. So that's why levels will be more effective this year, and that's something that's good too.
But yeah, what you're saying about 4 verticals.
Oh, so 4 verticals. So just base concept. So what makes a base concept good? Well, the reason I think 4 verticals is very potent in this year's game is it really does a good job smashing cover 2 sink and cover 2 zone. And why is that so important? Well,
that beats about what's the majority of defenses. That's what.
Well, the key is that in the NFL, teams don't run 4 verticals because it just takes too long to get the ball downfield.
Correct.
So even though you're not going to get separation, not like a man-beating style route, but if you block the halfback, you're going to get good protection, and you're going to get a chance to throw
someone, right,
to somebody downfield and hopefully get a big gain.
Comes down with it, right.
So if you're playing the Giants when they were good and could rush pressure with their front 4.
Well, they're not good anymore? What happened?
No, they used to be great though. But when you used to do that,
should be a good game this
you'd already be sacked by the time you threw it, or you could only call it on certain times.
Right.
But in this, you don't get sacked as much as long as you block and you know they're not setting up a blitz. As long as you read it properly,
right,
you can really get the ball downfield. Then you got this off the left side here.
I mean, the pound for pound, the best stock concept right there. I mean, that's one of them.
Is curl flats, but definitely 4
verticals. 4 verticals with an out.
If you don't take the top off the D with 4 verts,
Randy Moss, boop,
you're gonna make it difficult for you. You can't. When I was really into outs.
Back in my history,
back about 4 months ago, I was really into outs. If you didn't mix in 4 verticals, people could put the clamp down on the outs. But as soon as you call 4 verticals like once or twice early in the game, they're like, I'm not calling cover 2 sink because I'll call cover 2 sink every now and then right now, and I'll get burnt right. Don't let triangle get bumped, but bumped. But like I'll get burnt like right there, and I'm like, oh no, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's what's so good about 4 verticals. But if they never call 4 verticals, everything just starts. Everything's just.
Tell me, doctor.
Those 3 safeties at the top.
They just fight.
It's like a vice. Like that's why it's so much harder to score in the red zone than it is deep because you got to protect much more field. So everything just gets stuck if you don't call 4 verticals every now and then and just take a shot downfield. So that's what I got to say about that. Next question. From Mecha82. He wants to know how to best utilize a team with a high-rated running back but with low catch rating into a scheme that requires some catching by the halfback. I've been using the Seahawks since the update, but I haven't been able to find the right balance to run Marshawn Lynch. Beast mode. I've noticed Lynch is the best player on the team, so it's probably best to give him the ball. But what should I do? Should I go with somebody else, or should I not throw passes? This is the problem I had with the Packers. They just don't have, Cedric Benson couldn't catch a cold.
You gotta package in Leon Washington.
Yeah, Leon Washington. Somebody in the forum actually responded back and said try out Turbin, but I think Leon Washington's got to have good catch. I'm not 100% sure, but I feel like he does. I feel like he definitely does.
He has 69 carry,
Fumbleitis.
which he will fumble. He'll cough it up. But if you're looking to have a halfback that catches balls out of the backfield, he's your guy. That's
just
how you
cover up and get out of bounds and be smart.
You got to package it correctly.
The problem with a halfback who can't catch out of the field, so obviously Darryl has Darren Sproles. I mean, when you throw to him on 3rd and 2, you have to be confident that he's going to catch it and hang on. If you're playing with a back who's going to drop a ball,
you tend not to throw
there's a point of not even running plays to the halfback because they're not really that high value.
It's the same thing like Darren Sproles will be tired or hurt, and there's no Pierre Thomas. It's when Ingram's in the game. And there's no point because
they don't have that
they drop it every time. No, it's not explosive, not separating.
No, you know the worst is, and you throw it to them and they catch it, and then they get touched like that, not even hit stick, just touched. And then they just drop it.
And when you catch it in their wicked zone, you know it's not the right guy. Like say he didn't know that Sproles had gone out, and on 3rd and 2 he swings it out on the FL screen to Mark Ingram. He tries to cut back inside against me, and he just gets and he's like, as soon as he left sticks it back towards the middle, he's like.
He
just knows it's not Mark Ingram, and everything's just slower. I mean, Ingram's a powerful back, good carry, good truck, good head down running, but he's not the guy you want in that situation. So completing a high percentage of passes to a halfback, I'm talking 80% of your passes to the halfback, because they're short throws that are clear, obvious blitz beaters, is so important. If you're only completing 5 out of 10 of those, then the percentage that you're getting versus yardage, like per play, is not worth playing. So you have to be really careful that you have the right guy. Otherwise, you got to switch and throw downfield. Obviously, with the Seahawks, they're not a great downfield team, but Wilson got pretty good with the updates. But try with Leon Washington is what I'd say. Next question.
Boom.
From R. Moss 8484.
SGibs. I use SGibs Specialized Defensive E-Guide on PS Tray. I use the Seahawks and I get about 5 to 8 sacks a game, but at least once every game I get roasted by a receiver on the left in a streak route against Brendan Browner, who is relatively slow, even though he's in a deep zone. What do you recommend to fix this?
So I got your fix right here, my friend.
Pretty easy to fix this.
What I would do, I would go on to PlayStation 3. And I would, because I have the same problem with the San Francisco 49ers. When I play with, on one side, Culliver, very fast.
Culliver's travel.
Other side, I play Carlos Rogers, not as fast. A good corner, just like a Brandon Browner, but just not as fast, you know? So they can put somebody there and call like a stupid play action play. You play somebody who stinks, and they'll call like a stupid play action play, and then when they call it, you're like, I can't believe this. I can't believe this. So even though he's in a deep zone, you're not, let's back up the ball a little. Even though he's in a deep zone, you're calling press to get the same alignment, but he's not actually going to press because in a deep zone he's going to drop back. You're just calling it to get a consistent look across the board.
Correct.
And when you can see when you base align and press against like a certain formation.
Coverage audible. The stick,
yeah.
If not in this formation, but a lot of the formations, especially our guide.
They'll line up like this, like Claymore, they line up like this.
Here's the thing, though. More times than not, that's actually more beneficial to you.
Yeah, even though it looks like he's going to get smashed by Durham, Durham's mostly going to keep. Just bomb it to Durham. He's going to recover because he's inside now, and that's kind of nice. But that's what people will do.
Right.
And sometimes they'll get beat down.
They will. Sometimes they will.
Guy. Especially, like Carr's a really good example. He's a good corner, but
I'll go to Johnson.
So Claiborne's pretty good. But what I would do, so say they're going to line up standard like this against that formation, and you think, oh man, he's going to get beat. Because I always try and throw it to Calvin Johnson when I see a guy line up like that, but he doesn't really get beat. But say he does, go for it. If you can't get back and swat,
Calvin, up top, boop.
You got to just back him off. All you have to do is this. So you're going to baseline and press. He's going to line up there real quick before it happens.
Just back him up a little bit.
Do that.
The other thing you could do is just move him over Calvin Johnson a little bit. I mean, you don't have to be even that
exaggerated. They should be good there, though.
Right. Absolutely.
And that'll solve most of your headaches.
Look at how much better position he is in. And that time I didn't come down with it. Well, I didn't come down before either.
Yeah.
But that's where you're experiencing a little bit of that issue. And if you didn't notice that, then now you will.
If you're getting a weird alignment, just pop him back off the line, and they'll be all set to catch up. I like to think the more cushion I need depends on the receiver and the CB. So Claiborne, I believe, is faster than Carr.
Yeah.
And obviously Megatron's different. So if Megatron's on Carr, I go here. Since he's on Durham, I go here. If Morris Claiborne was on Durham, I'd go like here. If he's on Johnson, I'll go like here. You know what I mean? The more cushion you need, if it's Devin Hester, I give more cushion. If it's
Durham,
if it's whoever, that's what I do.
Right.
So I'll let them throw downfield 80 yards all day.
All you can eat, kid.
Next question.
From Trevor. Andy, how do you know if they will run or pass? Is there a way to tell? And if they pass and you have a run defense, what do you do?
All right.
There's no way. There's no way to know that we know. There's no way of knowing if it's run or pass.
No.
No.
Really isn't. You got to guess. This is not Madden 06.
No, it's not Madden 06 where
Madden 06 you knew it was run or pass.
L1 or R1 in the backfield?
Yeah, I don't have a special secret tip for you.
That'd be nice, because I would use it.
If the icon was one, you knew it was a run. If it was the other, you knew it was a pass.
Right.
Only I form though.
So bizarre.
Crazy. I can't believe we found that out though. I think somebody knew if it was run or pass every time, and I'm like, how do they know that?
Right.
How do they know that?
And then the icons
And I was just like,
bizarre.
well, I bet they took a little glycerol.
They took a little glycerol.
And they mixed it with some bicarbonate. Don't mix these together if you have these at home
But
either.
then they took about 3/4 of a box of Limestone's Pierre et Cho, and they mixed it with both of those.
In what they
stirred it up in a pot.
And when they got the beaker
and then
back,
they picked out one little thing, and then they dropped it in.
And they could see
no, I can read man pass. We don't have that, even though we would like to have it.
It is 78 degrees, is what they said.
Is it really 78?
So the only way I really know if they're going to run a pass is by game situation. How many yards do they need to make a first down? What personnel do they have in the field? Do they have a lot of running guys, a lot of passing guys? Do I think they might draw because I think they're going to pass, so now they might draw me because I dropped a lot of guys back. Now
I always tend
rough stuff the box.
I always tend to think they're going to pass. I always go pass first. I always say
it's probably more dangerous if you don't get it set up.
I always say I think they're going to pass until they've like proven that they're going to run 30 times, right? That's when I'll start conceding and actually go into a solid run defensive setup. But I always want to give yourself a bailout to stop the pass. So what I mean by that is, for example, ZFarls is on offense here.
And a good call up from Coach K if they're patting their butt. So Stafford here,
Yeah.
sometimes when you audible, he'll put his hands down, as he just did. That's sometimes because they're audible and down. But also, I can just do that. If I see how I'm patting my butt, you think it's because I want to flip my run.
Oh, I do that so much.
But it's a great fake too. So sometimes you can cue in, but sometimes they fake.
So let's say this is a stock run defense, right? I actually use a defense very similar to this for run defense. It's called an inverted cover 2. We're sending the house, and if you're under center and you're running, I'm going to get pressure on you if you're passing, right? But I'm also in a situation where if you are running, I have a lot of guys going good balance in the formation, attacking the ball carrier, right? Typically, my responsibility will be with sense ball here. So at the snap of the ball, I just kind of go and spy the deep middle part of the field, just in case it is a pass. And that's a base way you can try and play run defense. You don't know, again, you don't know what your opponent's going to do, but this is going to put you in a situation where you're going to have success whether it's a run or whether it's a pass, is if you run the inverted cover 2.
All right. Now we have a special caller on the line. He will be taking on SGibs in the game of the week. Do we have Shopmaster here?
What's up, guys?
What's up,
going
Shop?
on, Shop? So Shop is the host of Game Changer Radio, which you can hear every Tuesday. Just follow him on Twitter at Shopmaster. He's a fellow EA Sports Game Changer. Shop, are you taking down SGibs tonight or what?
Taking them down.
I like it. I like it.
Shop, I have one question for you. Who are the Giants playing this weekend? Are they playing the Redskins in the playoffs, first round, or what?
I think they're playing Philly.
Oh.
On the golf course in a golf match? Did you guys rehearse this before? Because it's really cute. Were you guys texting each other?
Might have been.
I think they're playing Philly at the local bowling alley.
Giants aren't in the playoffs. Giants aren't in the playoffs.
As you can see here, I have my Super Bowl champion scarf. And Shotmaster, I would love to see the Redskins finally win a playoff game because I know it's been a long time. You personally dealt with RG3 Rex Grossman before you dealt with RG3 Robert Griffin. And can you tell us about what type of treasure RG3 has been in as for a Redskins fan? Is it worth a trade up? Would you ever think about not having him on your team? And do you like using him in Madden?
It's not even a question. I went to every home game last year with the Redskins, and Rex Grossman is a turnover machine. He averages 2 turnovers per game. We were in most of the games. I want to say all of the games except for maybe one. So I knew if we just had an upgrade at that position, that we would be fine.
Absolutely. Now, do you know what SGibs is going to run on offense tonight, or do you think he's going to mix it up on you?
I think he's going to mix it up on him, but he's going to revert to his old SGibs habit.
Like choking in the fourth quarter?
Pretty much.
Now, I'm going to just let you know that he's going to use Detroit Lions on offense.
What the heck? Give me my phone back and my iPad.
He's going to be using the Lions on offense, and I think he might go.
Nope.
I'm not sure what playbook. I can't tell you. Check your DMs, but I can't tell you right away what he's going to be using. Now, if you guys have played obviously before the game came out down at the events in Orlando. Have you played him since the season started though?
No, I haven't.
Now,
He's been ducking me all year long.
He's been ducking you. Now, will you be trying to qualify for the Virgin Gaming Challenge on January 9th?
Unfortunately not. February 9th is my daughter's birthday, and we have something big planned. So I told Zach Zeldin that I would not be able to come out this year. So I will be here in Maryland.
More cash for us.
Boom.
Boom. So yes, Shop with a great performance in last year's tournament, won a game, got in the money. Now, we're pretty much ready to lock up. We got a couple more questions to get to, but Shop, you'll be online ready to take down SGibs?
I'll be ready.
All right, I will send you his playbook, and just be ready to lock up. Are you going to use the Redskins?
Yes, I'm going to use the Redskins.
Hail to the Redskins.
And congratulations on your playoff berth. And just don't let the Pats win the Super Bowl.
I seriously cannot tell you how good it feels that the Giants are in the playoffs.
Hey, a question for you guys. Who signed that Redskins helmet?
The MVP
number 3.
in 82.
Number 3.
Number 3.
Mao Jones?
MVP 82?
Ismail? Jose?
I'm going to Google that.
It looks like it says Gmail Jose. I don't think they had Gmail back then, though.
I got an autographed Tim Tebow helmet. The same miniature helmet.
Yeah?
Is it a Jets helmet?
No, it's a Florida Gators helmet.
Oh.
Ah, so when he was still good. Just kidding.
Yeah,
Tebow's still actually
exactly.
pretty nasty. He's going to get a shot. He's going to tear it. I think it's Mark Mosley.
Mark Mosley, yeah.
Oh, Mark Mosley, yes.
Yeah, beast. I have no idea who he is.
All-time best kicker for the Redskins.
Now, he's been around for a while because he was on the team when the Redskins were actually good.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
Something like
Absolutely.
in the 80s.
Oh, you just got him.
Yeah, boom roasted. All right, Shop. I'm counting on you to take down Gibs. I wouldn't have brought in anybody else. All right, you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, we'll see you online in a few.
All right, guys.
All right, let's get ready to take the last couple mailbag questions, and then it's time to lock up.
It's the
We also
game
got to
of the week.
find people in the chat who want to play Daryl.
Yeah, he's playing tonight. Daryl's playing.
Who should we set him up against? Ryan Dykes?
Should we have him play Ryan Dykes?
Is Ryan Dykes in the chat?
No, he's not on 360.
No, he has a 360.
He does?
Yeah.
No, Xbox, he said.
He sold his Xbox to get PS3 to train for the challenge?
Yeah, guy's serious.
That's hard.
All right. We'll think of somebody else.
All right.
We'll reward somebody who's been playing a
Wolfman.
lot in the community.
Wolfman. No?
Then we want a good matchup.
Oh! Got him. Wow. You're brutal. Brutal?
You destroyed all my Giants
Is brutal
gear.
a word? Giants suck. I'm going to rip that Hakeem Nicks poster, too. Next.
Hater in the house. All right, let's take a look at our next mailbag question. From Giant Met Fan, he wants to know, what is the best way to stop dink and dunk offenses, 2 to 7 yard passes?
Coverage defense.
The key with that is, like I said, if they're throwing dink and dunk passes 2 to 7 yards, if you can limit the amount percent that they're completing, they're only going to be effective if they're completing 3 out of every 4 passes. Because if they're only getting 2-3 yards, quick, and then they get one, you got to limit the number that they can actually, complete percentage-wise. And I think dropping zones off the defensive line is excellent.
Yeah.
I think that's probably the biggest thing you can do because that's going to just create a confusion over the middle of the field.
Yeah, I think that if you drop these D tackles in the deep zones, I think you're going to see how well and how effective that's going to be to really stop anything directly over the middle of the field. If you wanted to run circle, if you wanted to run drag routes over the middle of the field, they're going to do a very good job at defending them. Even if you complete a pass, they're going to be in that area again, causing congestion. They freeze the middle of the field literally because they cause a lot of congestion over the middle of the field. So that's what I would recommend. The key to stopping a quick pass offense that hits you 2 to 7 yards is coverage defense. That's the key because you put guys in the area where they want to throw, bad things will happen. They just will.
Correct.
Bad things will happen.
You got to gum up the area, but I would say start by dropping guys off the zone. Start by using guys out of the backfield, and don't blitz quite as much because that's one way to alleviate pressure from the blitz. But if you're not blitzing, they don't really need to throw quick passes, and you can stop them from that if that's what they like to do. But lowering that percentage, knocking some balls loose can really help stop that. Next question. From Royce, 1988. My question is for defense. When not in position to make the interception, what's the proper way to swat the ball? Many times I've tried doing this, and the outcome was my defender stopping and doing nothing while the wide receiver takes the ball to the house.
What you want to do, Royce, is you don't want to do this. You don't want to go. You want to do this. You want to go.
Hold. So I got offense. I'm going to bomb one to Calvin Johnson. And SGibs going to swat hawk with Claiborne.
Because I swat hawk so hard. I'm out of position. Oh, I'm not going to get that user pick. Swat hawk. Boop.
So good L1. He held it down, and the computer will just, when it's time, it will actually leap up and make the SWAT hawk for you.
Should you draw the SWAT hawk thing again?
I will post a picture of that online. There is an article on Mad Tips, how to SWAT hawk.
Double J just asked you to draw it again. He said, Farls, draw it again.
All right.
You have a pen?
Daryl, you fill in. You come over, sit in my chair.
You have a pen?
I'm going to go get one.
Are you going to draw it up there?
Because Daryl's got his questions coming up anyway.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
I'll be back. Daryl, bring your controller.
All right.
Bring your playbook.
D-Rarrell. Yeah, that's a tough way to get in. That's a
squeeze.
tough road over there. You don't want to go over there.
Tight squeeze.
Well, let's take a look at Daryl's next question on comeback.
Next question for Daryl. From my man Splashy McSplash. What is the best way to throw the comeback route?
Daryl's been mastering this.
I've tried to use this route in the past, and either the pass is thrown too far to the sideline, or the defender is able to recover and intercept the pass. I think the route has a lot of potential because it doesn't seem to get jammed at the line of scrimmage. In addition, what type of receivers are most effective with this route? I don't think I'm going to remember that entire question, but I think it has something to do with how to throw comeback routes. Can you take us through it?
Okay, so we'll go to the gun ace from the Patriots playbook.
Yes.
And we will go to Pat's tight end attack.
Okay, I like it.
So basically the last part, it says what type of receivers do you want? You want your Wes Welkers and your Brandon Lloyds with good route running.
Okay.
And as you see here, if somebody's just going two men under,
I like it.
you see the separation?
Yep.
And
Yeah, so it's the thing that I think that a lot of people like about these comeback routes is if we go in instant replay, you're going to see comeback routes. We have the 360 issue where we have a small hard drive, so we don't get to see the replay. Classic. But the thing about comeback routes is they don't get pressed the line of scrimmage. So let's run this play again, and we'll just look at the receivers. Watch, they don't get pressed. They get a free release, and that's kind of nice. You know, you don't get jammed, and you can. The thing about not being pressed the line of scrimmage is that you know that you're going to have the right timing on the play. Your timing isn't messed up. So the point of the press is to mess up the timing of the quarterback and throw off the rhythm of the offense. And you do that in real football, and that's a real thing in Madden because I sit in practice mode all day and I throw these darts to my receivers. And I get into a rhythm and I know I throw it now, I click on here, get into a position, make the play. If you jam me, my whole world is like, now what do I do? Because my rhythm's off, and now I kind of shuffle in the pocket, I freak out a little bit, and then I throw it, and then next thing you know, interception. So that's what I love about the comeback routes.
I agree.
Is that you always are going to have that free release. But does cover 2 press it? Let's try that. See, I don't know. I think cover 2 might. Cover 2 presses. So that's one thing you gotta watch out. But you still have them wide open downfield. So I kind of stole that from there for you, but go ahead.
Another thing too is these are deep routes, so you definitely want to block your halfback and make sure that your slide protect is right. I mean, because it's going to be really tough. This is good for when they're running, basic defenses. But when somebody starts bringing heat or trying to bring heat, it's going to be really tough to get this off. See how long it takes to develop,
It's almost like you would want to run, like say, put both tight ends on streaks and put Brandon Lloyd on a fade. Right, and now motion Lloyd in. It's like if these routes are all covered, like in snap, so they're all covered. And this is like I like that it's a check down. Like the Welker route is a last resort. Like I like this route in case everything else is covered.
Yep, I agree. And you can get the zig. You can.
Yeah, so you throw your other options in, and then everything's covered. I got the comeback route. So that's what's really good about it. And the other thing that you were mentioning too, a guy like Welker. A guy like Lloyd, good route running, but a guy like Welker is going to hold on to the rock because you get a lot of times where you throw the comeback route and then he gets hit if there's a zone defender there, so you need to catch in traffic.
Yeah, you have to have the catch in traffic because, like I said, the guy from zone will be coming underneath, and as soon as he catches it, he's going to get popped.
Right.
And a lot of time, the guys without the catch in traffic,
So they're rushing. And that time, a lot of separation there, and he got destroyed right there as well. But the comeback route, I think, is something that a lot of people haven't used this year.
No.
It's something that it takes a long time to develop. So I think that's you were saying before about the levels concept. Levels is very effective in the game, but there's other things that do a better job. So this is really great at beating man-to-man defense. But if you just run simple zigs or streaks, it does a better job. But the thing is, this is a great, I think, complement to a man-beating play.
Yep.
So again, you streak the tight ends, you have all these man-beating routes, and then if everything else is shut down, you know that route's so deep downfield and it's so unique. It's very difficult to stop. Even if I drop the purple over there, sometimes the purple doesn't always get over there to be able to defend it. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. But see how that time he got his hands up, a lot of times he doesn't actually get there.
Yep. And that pass will sneak through.
And what will also really help that too is if you put, I think, Ridley, say, on a wheel pattern.
Yeah.
And then if I dropped him on a purple, hopefully that purple will drop to Ridley.
Drop to Ridley's.
Yeah, he drops to Ridley, and now you know that you have to come back there.
Wide open.
Yeah, so that's almost like a curl flat, but attacking at different depth.
Yep, different depth.
How many yards? Let's see how many yards it attacks downfield. Because that's going to be good to know. Where's the ball? The 30?
Yep, on 30.
And you caught that at the 15. So that's a 15-yard play.
Yep.
Whereas if you throw an out, it's 10 yards most times. Or if you're 3rd and 8, it's only 8 yards. So the comeback route is a deeper downfield pattern. You get more yards, more bang for your buck. Different depth for your opponent to have to defend, which just kind of makes things awkward. Purples don't really get there. Yellows shouldn't really drop back far enough. It's a very, very difficult pattern to defend. Farls is back in other news.
Picasso?
Yeah. Do we have any other more questions there, tech guy? From Apollo.
I got my chart ready.
And Farls has his chart ready. You want your mic?
I'll let you narrate.
Okay. So Farls is standing in front of the camera.
Okay. So here's the key.
This is the SWAT hot question.
Gibs.
Yes.
If this is where the circle where the ball is going to be caught.
Yes.
Right here.
Mm-hmm.
So say that.
Yep.
This is the area where you want to hold down triangle to get the user pick.
So the area where he's circling is where you want to hold down triangle to get the user pick. In the circle in the middle, that one right there, that's where the ball is being thrown to. That's the catch circle.
But if you're outside here,
If you're outside of that secondary circle,
you're not going to have any luck holding down triangle.
you're not going to have any luck holding down triangle.
So you're going to have to hold down L1 if you're in this area.
So you have to hold down L1 in that area
so you can swat.
so you can SWAT hawk so hard.
You'll zoom to the area.
And if you are outside that area, just pray. Put your controller down. Put your controller down
Get deep.
and just pray. Or you could always do the infamous, hit the middle button.
We'll be
You You never thought about that, did you? Hit the middle button? Wasn't me. Wasn't me. Classic move, middle button. So that is the comebacks from Mr. Darryl, and he broke that down very nicely for us. Farls is coming back, getting his mic. We're exchanging.
Good thing Daryl's wireless.
Gotta be.
Double mics. You go, Farls.
Wireless Daryl. DK.
So,
We need to get Daryl a lab coat. All right.
do we have any other questions?
Yes.
That one was from Apollo. 2 questions. Will all 32 teams get one final update before the playoffs? I don't really know. I think so. Probably from the last week, right?
Yes, there should be one more round of updates. I would assume tomorrow or Friday, Ray Lewis will be inserted back into the starting lineup at MLB for the last time. Also, Eli Manning will get an update because he threw 5 touchdown passes on Sunday.
Will they, though?
Also, Stevie Brown.
Yeah?
Yep. And some other players had big weeks as well. I was too busy crying to see it, but there will be an update. And
Should be,
there will be updates throughout the playoffs. Whoever
there?
wins the Super Bowl,
Oh, because last year Eli Manning got 96 deep throw accuracy.
why? Okay, so that's basically, there will be an update, I would assume. I'm not confirming that or anything, but my guess would be yes. Also, throughout the playoffs, they'll continue to update. Mostly only ratings, because they won't really change depth charts too much or anything, but that's how it'll work. And it's good stuff. Also, Brandon Jacobs will be released from the Niners.
That's a sad day.
So,
Question 2, though, is what's the best way to stop lob throws while still being able to set up your defense? I know Calhoun County posted a video A while ago, explained how he stops it, but this does not allow you to set your D. Should you play off coverage or is there another way? We kind of showed earlier in the show where you slide the defenders back a little bit to get them in better position.
Yeah.
So just do that. Really, I don't find the snap lob throws are that hard to defend unless you're defending the slot. You know what I mean? Like if you're playing like a gun tight and they hit you in the slot.
Yeah.
But then again, that's usually a lot of times because you have the deep safeties out of position.
Correct.
He's lined up on the right side in a cover 3, and he's going to the left, et cetera, et
Yeah,
cetera.
and if you find him out of position, you could rezone him. So if you
Right.
find your yellows like he's slid over, but he's still going back to where his initial yellow was, just re-yellow him, re-hook him, and he'll hook to where you're standing. And that's a lot better way to get him to kind of play the yellow in the area that you want him to play. If you have corners on the outside and you want him in yellows, just if you yellow them when they're moving outside, they'll actually hook to the middle, and that's bad. You want them to wait till they're set and then hook, and then you'll actually cover that area. So that's a good question. Next, any more? From Splashy McSplash. With the changes in how defensive players line up against the offense prior to the snap this year, do you think that compression formations such as guns, snugs are less important than in previous Maddens? Okay, 2 parts to this answer. At first, yes, I did think that, but not because defensively it's how it changes.
Well, compression was used before to get a man zone.
So yes, so
that was important. Now
but
it's not important for that.
Compression, I would say on offense was more effective in a different way because you could throw nice catches to the slot and go up and catch in traffic in Madden 12. So I would say that offensively I like to use those type of plays, but now that they're not as effective, I switched up and now I like the spread because it makes it easier to read the defense. So yes to your actual question, but I was thinking from an offensive perspective, just that type of compression offense is not that effective, is what I initially thought. But now with all the tight end streaks and just the ability to switch it up, and it caused a lot of pressure over the middle, and really get some good mismatches and alignment stuff, gotta like compress sets.
Compressed sets, again,
back.
this year they give me the most difficult to defend.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
But it's for a different reason. It's not that you can get a man zone read. So
No.
they're still popular, but for a different reason.
Correct.
Good question. Very
Next
good
one.
question.
Any more?
That's all she
That's
wrote.
it.
So shout out to the chat. We got Mad Scientist hanging out. He's come to support his man Shopmaster.
Mad Sci?
They are the hosts of the Game Changers Radio. And it's going to be a pretty good battle between Gibs. I'm rooting for Shop, of course. And I'm going to go on Xbox 360 right now and find somebody for Daryl to play who is in the chat.
I think someone in the chat
the
earlier
community.
had a question. They're wondering, where was it? Something about Brandon Jacobs, about he'll probably go back to the Giants.
Maybe.
Think that he'll go back to the Giants?
You know what? I would kind of hope so because I was actually watching their highlights from the 2007 championship Super Bowl run. And he was, I'm not even just saying it, like I forgot how good he was. He was a beast. He scored in the Cowboys game. He just ran and took the ball. He ran to the back end zone wall and threw it as hard as he could at the play clock. And it made a noise like he was going to bring down the stadium. And I was like, I miss that guy. He did a lot of talking. He did a lot of yapping. But 4th and 1, with the game on the line, for the bread, who gets the rock? But the big dog Brandon Jacobs keeps the chains moving. A helmet catch and a touchdown to Plax later. We're Super Bowl champs. And he was on the team last year and we won. So maybe we get him back. I mean, maybe. I mean, we're going to need another running back. We have Bradshaw and Wilson. Obviously, Wilson will take on a bigger role. But we're going to need a third guy. Ryan Train, Greg Lumpkin, they're not staying, so whatever.
You're like my grandfather.
Yes.
Living in the past. Living in the past.
Hey, past is a great place when your team's Super Bowl champs.
Yeah, you're right, because we were Super Bowl champs 3 times.
Okay, we were Super Bowl champs 4 times.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, back in 1990. Back in 1990. Does that even matter? You were a baby.
I was born.
You were a little baby.
Whatever.
Giants suck. Game of the week?
Can we talk about Tony Romo before we go?
That's so Romo! I would probably feel worse to be a Cowboys fan.
I dislike the Cowboys so much.
Yeah?
And Tony Romo just did Romo things. And I feel bad for him because he was
Romo.
playing awesome, and I love him.
Really? Was he
I
playing
feel
awesome?
bad for him.
Do you?
I think he's a good quarterback.
Do you?
No. But I just
Not really.
I thought this was the year, you know? Like you know when you're watching a TV show and it's like around that 45-minute mark and you know the guy's about to make his turn, like he's gonna stop being a clown and turn his career around. And they have that scene where he's like
Eric Matthews in Boy Meets World when he becomes Mr.
He picks up the glass. He's like, no, not this time. No, I'm not going to choke in the biggest game of the playoffs. Not this year. Throws late in the flat, pick, game.
Number one rule. We always say that. Don't throw late in the flat. Don't do it.
Don't throw late in the flat. Devastating.
Man. All right.
I like him. I feel like he's a nice guy. But
all right, time to lock up. Time to do this. Time to do this. Let's go. Shop, I'm coming for you right now.
Zan against
No,
Xbox?
no, we don't want to do that. Zan's been playing on PS3.
We don't want to sacrifice Daryl. Zan's pretty good. All right, I'm going to check out the community.
Bum, ba, da, ba. All right, so should I go get to my station or what?
Yeah, man, your battle station.
We're going to cut away?
Sure.
What are we going to do here? Don't we normally say, hey, now it's time to lock up?
So that's it for the tips portion. We're about to play the game of the week, SGibs versus Shopmaster on PlayStation 3.
Yeah, buddy.
It's going to be Gibs as the Lions, Shop as the Redskins. Daryl's going to be the Saints, I think, and he's going to be playing somebody in the community. We will choose them, and we'll let you know. Stay in the chat if you're on Xbox. Holler. What's up, Madden NFL 13 fans? ZFarls back here on the game of the week. SGibs getting ready to lock up against Shopmaster. We got Daryl getting ready to take on Buffalo Rob. And I took down Daryl earlier. Close game. Was able to pull away in the end. But like I said, he ran a lot of draws. Little FL screen to take off some pressure. He used the Saints. I'm trying to get him to switch. Give him some defense, but we'll see what's happening. If anybody in the chat has any info on Buffalo Rob, I know he was pretty high in the community with a good record. He's been helpful to a lot of the guys on the Madden Tips forums, so we want to thank him for that, and he gets to play on the show tonight. But I'd love to know what he runs if you guys have any questions. Also, if you guys head over to the This Week in Madden page, what you should do is leave your prediction for both games. Gibs versus Shop.
I'm ready to lock in now. Ready?
All right, let's cut to Gibs' game. I'll narrate that for you guys. Rob, we're still getting ready over here on the other side. So SGibs kicks off against Shopmaster. Gibs with the Lions, Shop with the Redskins, and Gibs lays a mean hit stick to start the game.
I did take out the Lions.
And they get rewarded.
So Gibs has been telling me that he likes the Lions, but he also is a little concerned about their defense. So I think it's going to be interesting. Here he's going to go with the 46 speed and just kind of try and mix things up. I know Durant's solid. Sue and Fairley can hang in. Cliff can come off the edge. Louis Delmas is known.
First and 10. They'll give it to the back.
So Alfred Morris breaks one tackle but can't get two. Guy got credit for 2 tackles, or he was tackled on the kickoff.
Green. I think Green tackled him on.
Yep.
That is Green right there. He's the rookie.
If you want to check out Shop's radio show, go to, I think his website's mymaddenpad.com. You can go there.
No way.
Game changer.
I don't have strategy pad.
Quick links are off.
Yeah.
Time to fight.
Seriously? What is up with your thing?
The quarterback that time makes the decision.
How's this my fault?
Because it is.
But I promise
that is ridiculous.
Can you cut to me real quick? So I just want to make this face. Strategy pad. Sabotage! Don't throw my giant stuff all over the place. Where'd you think I
That is ridiculous.
Where'd you think I left to? I don't have strategy pad. I'm SGibs. Okay, we can go back to his game now. Watch him make not fast adjustments all game long.
3rd and 4.
So here we go.
Following that completion.
I know Gibs knows this formation. I know he's seen it. And a good job adjusting on defense. 4th and 4. I wonder if Shops is going to go.
What? I don't use a strategy pad, but the strategy pad is on.
It's an incomplete pass by the quarterback.
Here's the thing, and that's your fault makes a great point.
That's your fault.
No. The user in the chat, that's your fault.
Yeah, I know.
He said Farls did it last week, and I won with that, and that was in a big game. Make the adjustments. Fight, Gibbs! Fight! You gotta fight! All right, Titus Young's got a chance here. Okay, easy, buddy. Easy, and Gibbs being silly goose.
Trying to be a superhero.
I'm good to go.
Unbelievable.
All right, so Daryl's going to go into the community here. He's going to find his game. Yeah. So Gibbs makes some adjustments on there. Yeah, go full screen, Gibbs. And we got it locked in.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable that you would do this to me.
Whose fault's that for not checking?
Your fault. That is ridiculous.
And SGibs hits Tony Scheffler down the seam for a big gain. Pretty nice. Pretty nice.
Hard to pick up that first down. Good job by the offensive coordinator designing some plays, keeping the defense off balance to get his team in rhythm.
So Gibbs goes with the hurry-up offense. He's going to take no prisoners. SGibs and Shopmaster play quite a bit down at the EA events, and they both want nothing more than a win today.
I'm so angry.
It's not fun, is it? It's not fun. It's not fun seeing your stuff get thrown around on the internet either.
Unbelievable.
It really isn't.
Offense lines up here. 2nd down and 10. The throw to the left.
All right, invite sent out on Xbox. See, it's not him though. So you gotta hit B.
I need you to fight, Calvin.
All right, Gibbs, what do you got here? 3rd and 10?
Don't talk to me.
Oh, sad guy.
Don't talk to me.
For this play, they'll go with 2 tight ends.
All right, Gibbs here on 3rd and 10. He's in field goal range almost. Has square. Hits it upfield. Comes up short. I know he's going to go for it.
Good job by the
that's
defense.
how he rolls.
They're well taught, well schooled by the defensive coordinator. They know in situations like this, if it's thrown short.
And now on 4th and 2, Gibbs in gun 2 back is going to get pressure up the middle. He's going to relieve that pressure by hitting Tony Scheffler. And that's a great play there by Gibbs.
But then nobody makes the tackle. Get in position, wrap your arms around the legs of these receivers, and bring them down.
Now Gibbs going to run the screen out to the right. A good quick setup. Maybe thought Shop was bringing pressure, but Shop just dropping guys back there. And definitely a good play. All right, now Gibbs back and gun tight. Shop doing a good job dropping back. Gibbs going to throw it anyway to Calvin Johnson, a new little toy that he has on a team that he usually doesn't have. Somebody like this.
Calvin.
The quarterback mixing things up at the line of scrimmage. Takes the snap from the shotgun.
And on 3rd and 7, Gibbs got a playmaker. Doesn't have the ability to scramble, but does have the ability to hang in the pocket. Do one of those nice Matt Stafford falling backwards sidearm throws to who else but Megatron. Now with 22 yards on the day, and it's pretty nice.
This will be the 8th play.
Now a draw from Javed Best. SGibs, of course, doesn't cut it up nice enough to get the touchdown. Now Gibbs gonna audible, and he's gonna go with the goal line style formation. Try and audible again to perhaps a pass, maybe a quick fade style throw, and that's what it's going to be to Calvin Johnson. So a nice play by Gibbs to utilize Calvin Johnson down at the tight end, that 94 catch and traffic rating we showed earlier. He audibled down to get to a run set, which Shopmaster had to respect on only 2nd down and 2 yards to go to the end zone. A good play and a nice 4th down conversion and 2 nice 3rd and long conversions.
I can't believe you did that to my controllers.
What do you want me to do? I'm just trying to give my man Shop
and following the extra point,
fighting chance.
Lions are leading by 7. The Redskins ready to return to kick.
All right, Gibbs kicking off after forcing Shop to punt. Here we have on PS3 the Redskins versus
I want to catch that.
The Lions.
I want to catch that.
SGibs the Lions.
I'm going to catch that one of these days.
Totally forgot about the ball.
Oh, it's all right. It's all right.
Lions. Lions fight. They claw.
The Redskins ready to take over the football.
All right.
Tight end on the field.
Gibbs getting set up. I know that this formation has a nice. Woo! So is that Roy Helu Jr.?
I think so.
Yep. And so this formation has a nice man beater with the two guys stacked on the left. It's tough. You can't press that guy obviously on the left.
So I think he's using Pitt or KC, one of the two.
So he's likely going with Pitt or KC Book. Gibbs gonna come out and play some backed off coverage. Tight set here from Shop. This is a nice Raven style tight shakes formation. Pressure came in off the right edge.
God, you died.
But it just got hung up a little bit, and he was able to get downfield.
And I had to think about what I was doing because you're a jerk.
So Gibbs gonna blame the controls there and not himself, which is classic, but that's okay.
I'm so mad.
And now we will have this same formation here to the left.
How they back up the big play here.
Potential running threat to the right, and that's what it's going to be. Gibbs scrapes off the edge with Delmas, makes a great play. So guys, notice there, Gibbs needed to funnel that run back to the inside.
Correct.
He couldn't let it get off the edge. If he had tried to go straight through, he gets caught up. That's a big gain off the right. By him going to the right, Shop had to either go one-on-one and try and make a man miss, or cut it back up the left, but there's a lot of congestion, and then you're keeping everything in a tight space. So
it's cold. It's cold in the middle. There's a lot of congestion.
All right, at the end of the first quarter, Gibbs, Lions 7-0 over Shop's Redskins. Let's see if we can go dual box as Daryl takes his first play on offense. Daryl, are you nervous over there?
A little bit.
Don't be nervous.
National Live Internet.
National Live Internet right here.
National Live Internet.
So stretch right there. Looks like Rob's got pressure set up off the right edge, as we saw earlier in the day. We shall see. Always like to run it on your first possession. Nerves or not, just kind of see if you can pick up a couple yards and think what happens.
Zone defense doesn't work in the NFL like it used to. Good job by the quarterback reading it.
Dun, 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 dun.
All right, so Daryl's out in the spread. Runs the draw, and I'll tell you what I see in Daryl's game in a short second here. Gibbs on 1st and 10. Shop going trips right for the first time today. Runs the draw, and Helu scrambles up for a couple yards. Big 3rd and 9 here on the other game. Daryl with the Saints. Throws a great out to Jimmy Graham, and just a confident
Jimmy.
calm play. The pressure did come in off the right edge there, but Daryl had time to get the ball outside. If you notice Buffalo Rob, his corners are slid in, and they're playing that kind of deep coverage on the outside. So if Daryl can keep hitting that outside of the field and have enough time to actually get the ball out there, he's going to kind of create. He's going to have to make Rob give a.
Nice job that time by the defense. Pressure on the quarterback.
I apparently wanted that.
So Rob clearly user in the middle linebacker here, and doing a good job just keeping guys up in the middle. Daryl's going to go hurry-up style offense here. Gibbs with a big 3rd and 3 on the TV to the right side.
Coming up on this drive.
Is it to the right? Yes. No, Gibbs TV's on the left. Got it. All right, so Daryl takes 3rd and 8 here coming up. And who took a time out of your game, Gibbs?
I did.
You want the ball? You didn't have what you like set up?
Then controller.
Controller. All right, so 2 big 3rd downs coming up. First, we'll start with the TV on the right. Daryl goes with the draw. You use the motion on the left. I think that was man-to-man coverage. Maybe with the motion snap fade, might have had a shot, but he looked like he had softened up the left side, the heat coming from the left side. It looked like he had kind of had it more lined up over the slot receiver, which he wasn't earlier. Auto motion play here. Gibbs does a great job stopping the throw to the flat, then backing off to the corner route. And while he was doing that, pressure got in. Daryl gets a hit stick over on the TV on the right-hand side here. So a punt from Daryl, and he's going to actually just get a nice 1st down here out at midfield. And let's see if he goes more aggressive spread or more aggressive run style, depending on what he sees. Clearly, Rob's playing some aggressive style defense. But as long as Daryl runs his game and runs those draws, runs screens and pressure, he can make some plays.
Good job by the field goal kicker that time. Nice job by the offense.
And a great call on fullback dive to Chris Ivory. He breaks one tackle, and he's going to get in.
Yeah.
So a great play call by Daryl there. I like the spread look. As you could see when that play was called, it was open. I personally didn't like that Daryl brought the motion because I thought he attracted some attention to the fact that he was wide open up the middle, but it was the first time he had ran it all game, so it is really nice to have the extra blocker because he does shoot down and get to the second level. So it was a good play by Daryl.
One hit, I'm really angry.
And it was great to break.
Ready now to start their drive. The quarterback has his team's attention here.
Great to break that one tackle, and then he scooted into the end zone, even though Ivory's not great speed. Gibbs, potential bad throw there with Pettigrew, but the defender can only get his hands up. And let's see what Rob has on offense. Anybody know what playbook he runs?
Javid. Cup of Javid. We call that a cup of Javid best.
Still a valuable asset to all offenses. Make the defense.
So when you initially ran over, it looked, so as you guys see there, he ran the motion snap fade. When Daryl originally went over, he kind of stopped him for a second, but then as he tailed away, he ended up throwing a pass lead outside. Here we're going to get another run for Marshawn Lynch. And it looks like Buffalo Rob has going to key in on that left slot motion, so Daryl's going to have to watch that and try to determine if it's run or pass. Here we're going to go shotgun snugs. So the key there is Daryl's going to have to re-baseline when he sees the compressed set so that he can get the matchup that he wants. And it looks like he's staying out wide. And a nice tempo here from Rob.
Nicest time of day to be a defender.
For the FL screen, which Daryl gave this tip earlier on the show, the FL screen, and it later burns him on the show. That's like an omen for Twim.
You gotta do things that other Gibbs won't do.
If you show a tip on the show, you usually get burnt by it later. So Buffalo Rob quickly ties up the game 7-7. Daryl's trying to drop some guys back. And
That's pretty quick snap.
He definitely was quick snapping pretty well.
It's so cold and day.
He got caught a little bit by the compressed thing, which he went to real quick, and then of course the screen and the motion snap are a pain. So you got some things to look out for. Thankfully your controller's working, and you'll just make some adjustments.
Must be nice, dude. Must be nice. I'm gonna catch this. Come on, Green. Come on, Green. Give me Green. Oh, baby!
Oh my God! What'd you just do right there?
Don't worry about it. Doing things that the other Gibbs won't do.
So now that I turned my attention to Daryl's game for a second to watch him run a nice off tackle run with the same motion, it appears Gibbs has been doing sketchy things.
I won't squib anymore.
You won't punt the ball back.
Me? I didn't really think that was going to happen. I've never actually caught one.
So punt it back.
No.
Punt it back.
Absolutely not.
Punt it back.
Absolutely
Pause the game. Pause the game real
not.
quick. Pause the game real quick. If you want S. Gibbs to punt it back, press 1. If you don't want him to punt it back, press 2.
What's 1 mean?
A lot of people want him to punt it back.
I'm not punting it back.
Fourth and 2.
His
Fourth
guy
and 2.
dropped it.
Oh, he dropped it?
Yeah.
Oh, all right, that's fine.
And then he dropped it.
Oh, Jimmy,
fourth
really?
and 2, he gets the pass completed to Jimmy Graham, but he doesn't make the first down yardage.
His guy literally dropped the ball.
That's
What do
fine.
you want me
Don't
to
punt
do?
it. That's fine.
Right on the line of scrimmage. The quarterback's hovering out instructions. First down and 10. The quarterback will
He dropped the ball.
I didn't see it. I just see.
set as fast as they can.
Quarterback sees something
What are you gonna
in
do?
the defense he wants to take advantage of. Look at the hand signals he's
True.
given to the receiver.
So
Get the replay out.
if we missed it on the other side of the TV, Daryl went for it a 4th and 2, caught the pass, ended up about inches short of the first down marker. Re-baseline here if he gets a chance. As he's in a compressed set, you're going to want to get your guys lined up over the top.
Wait to the last second. Wait to the receiver.
Good job getting outside there with Quadus.
Put your hand in between.
He went for it on 4th and 2. I like it.
Football down.
Had it wide
He
open.
had it. He had it. Just he didn't get.
Jimmy-
He caught it. He just
and-
didn't. Kind of ran flat instead of going up a little.
The quarterback's calling something out.
Once again, Shop here should also rebase the line. Gibbs should also just lob throw that.
Should have lobbed it. You're right. I yell at you all the time for not lobbing that.
Yep.
Right?
So here he's going to draw attention to good user play by Daryl. Good user play by Buffalo Rob. So initial chess match there is the motion out guy. Daryl does a good job stopping that. Good playmaker play from Rob to get it up inside.
Give me that. Give me that.
Gonna run the counter. And Washington gets to the edge. 14-7. Over here, Shopmaster's taken over after an interception. Ball don't lie. Ball don't lie, people.
Flag.
Ball don't lie. Can I get a ball don't lie in the chat one time?
One guy? You?
All right. Daryl takes back over on offense. I like to see him run some more of that spread. He seems nervous. He's got this. He's got this. He's bringing some pressure. Blocks a buddy or
Trying to work that left side.
work it. Ooh, one broken tackle. What he lose? Doing work.
This offense,
Do work, son.
aren't they? Kind of boring to watch. First down, first down, first down.
Ooh, got to slide protect there.
First down following the long play. First and 10. Stands in the pocket.
Shop trying to work the pocket, but he's going to be better off getting rid of that. 57 seconds left for Shop.
You want to get the football down the field and out of bounds. Holds on.
Bum 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 bada bum bum.
Gets the sack, and that just kills the time management.
After that sack, it's now second down and 17. Throwing now.
Shop with a nice pickup on second 17, breaks one tackle, gets to the edge.
Put them in what we call
Big third down here. Daryl gets. Let's go, Daryl. 4th and 2. Relive it. Make your mark, kid.
The defense.
Relive it. Do that.
They are getting tired.
You got time. You got timeout. You got everything in the world right now. Go when you're comfortable.
This play set up by the long gainer. Now first and 10. Looking for an open receiver on the
L1 swat.
All right, Daryl snaps it here after getting set up, and he hits a big gain to Darren Sproles, a guy with great catch. He can take it to the 2-minute warning if he needs it. A nice call on 4th and 2. It's really tough to just have one guy in that area to user it. Rob went with the blitz style, and I like it on 4th and 2, but it can definitely be a challenge. Here we can see the outside guys are definitely lined up. Perhaps a cover 2 sink to take, or a 4 verticals to take the top off the D, maybe with an out on one side to alleviate some pressure, or potentially keep calling those outs. I mean, it's really up to Daryl. Great pick by SGibs in the game.
Louis. Guy fights.
When you're in a situation like this, you just cannot make that type of pass.
Bachelor right here, he's saying that, you know, we're not playing good competition. He needs a shot at the game of the week. Well, where were you 2 weeks ago? Could have played.
Yeah, could have played 2. And
Where were you 2
also,
weeks ago, buddy?
why aren't you in the community
Yeah.
when Buffalo Rob's the highest person in the community that could play tonight? And we got him on the show.
Matthew Stafford looking
Not my fault. That's a big play.
Alvin Johnson.
Nice play by Daryl to pick up the first down.
No.
Plenty of time. He's going to run hurry up, but he's going to definitely think about that clock situation. He's got a lot of time here to score. Doesn't want to give it back as Buffalo Rob has a fast-paced offense.
Buffalo Rob.
And perhaps a stretch to the left. I mean, there's a lot of things he can do. He has a good play called.
Let's see what they do.
I'm just saying
that huge play.
what I see. It's up to Daryl here. He's got 16 seconds. He can take a timeout. He can do anything.
Gonna need to not keep doing that.
Gibbs just threw a pick, which is awesome.
That was a terrible throw by the quarterback.
Give me that.
Like that,
Give me that.
Throw an interception.
Bump.
First down, offense readying for the snap.
Ball hawked. All right, Shopmaster with 10 seconds left. Does he just go to half? It appears no. He's going to roll left with RG3. Bomb it deep. Pick off by SGibs. Can he go? Can he go, SGibs?
He stacked up at that point.
SGibs going to take to the half.
In position, they read the quarterback's eyes.
He's going to bomb it deep down.
Bum, 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 bum. Splash and splash.
When we have lag, Will G, it's tough. You gotta.
Good job here by the quarterback.
You gotta fight.
You gotta fight. It's a bummer. It's so terrible, but that's just
terrible.
So best case, Daryl's in field goal range here. Worst case, he gets a first down.
Pick City Gibs. Pick City Gibs.
Quarterback's eyes, they got in position and they made the interception.
Take the knee, makes you look more bad.
Redskins trail in this one. We're back here now in this one where the Lions lead by 11. Phil, how about a little first half analysis?
Well,
Rob rushes just to Daryl, throws underneath, almost picks up the game. Unfortunately, gets an injury timeout. He's going to take the 3. That would have been big because he let it click down or use his last time out, but he could stop him here.
Try to come out in the second half and act like
Titus,
you're behind. If you can do that, you can hold on to that lead and go on and win the game.
Bum, bum, bum. I'm so happy that the Giants are in the playoffs and that Shops Redskins are. I am not happy that I do not have my controller set.
Yeah.
Tekka, you keep laughing like it was your fault. I don't approve of that.
You got ball at half?
To the right here on this throw.
Can you go downfield?
Gains
Me?
11.
Yeah.
Bill Walsh, one of the first guys in the NFL to say, throw it to the open guy. Let him catch it short and see if they can make a few people miss and get those extra yards.
What, are you going to write something in the chat? Something real cute in the chat?
Nope. I'm explaining to everybody that we are all in the community together. Daryl came out, supported live tournaments. Rob comes out, supports the show. Shop comes out and supports
Shop comes out the
show.
ball.
The EAGC. We're all the same, baby.
The
quarterback's hollering out.
Here we got the motion snap. We got Sidney Rice working the left side.
Right where it had to be. And he's pushed out of bounds. These first downs add up. It's like body punches in a fight. You keep hitting guys to the body. They get tired. They give up. That's what's happening to this defense right now. Quarterback sees something in his defense he wants to take advantage of. Look at the hand signals.
All right, 19 seconds left. No, he's almost in field goal range. Now you're just worried about the touchdown pretty much and hoping that the clock goes out. So,
wasting no time now for this next play. Offense lines up here. Second down and 7.
A cup of Javid best. I was so
out of
down.
bounds throw by Hustle
I was
Wilson.
so down.
Yeah.
I was so down.
Brought to a halt.
Well, the one thing we know about the NFL, when you have the football,
I could not have been more down.
They are going to attack it. You got to know that as a ball carrier, protect it a lot better.
Challenge. Challenge. I'm hitting L2 a million times.
Well, that's
gotta
going to
protect
pay off
deep.
now. That challenge was very timely indeed.
Does a good job. Almost picks off the out. A good setup there by Daryl.
To score in that
He's
game.
got 8 seconds left.
Let's score in that game.
14-10. He's got 8 seconds left. The key, he's taking the field goal now. So a good move by Rob. He's going to go up 7.
First down on the way.
And good lockup by Daryl to keep it a 1-score game. Tell Anton I said what up.
The defense thinks it's
And
now they're reacting instead of attacking.
4 seconds, baby. Do magic. Daryl took a kick return.
Second down and 5.
Not gonna happen
Right
here.
back to him. One more
Cup of Javid. That's a cup of
gain
Javid.
of 6.
No turnovers.
That time, it results in a first down and it moves those chains on the sideline. Keep those chains moving. Hire that defense out.
That big gainer on the ground gives them now a first down. The quarterback's calling something out, trying to make something happen.
P.A. Spot? Sir, officer, give me that. Oh, la 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 la.
Wow.
Really?
opportunity.
Have you ever seen that?
Yeah.
They're going to the hurry-up offense, and they're back to the line quickly. It's third down coming up the middle.
Fight!
Gibbs, put this game away, sir. Doctor. All right.
Dear doctor.
So, take a pause here, Daryl. Take a pause.
No!
Running to the right. Good job.
No!
So after Gibbs gets shut down, Daryl,
Everything very aggressive.
he's using the
Matt
motion to the left.
Stafford
He's got
not
quick
doing the
offense.
sneaks.
Dropping some guys. You're doing a good job. What do you think you got to do? What kind of adjustments can you make?
I definitely have to start using the motion to the left. That's
Yeah.
pretty much what's been killing me, all day. I dropped a couple D tackles into deep zones. I wasn't getting deep enough, so I think I got to readdress that and just figure it out on defense.
Good stuff. Anything on offense?
Just got to take my time.
Yeah.
Basically.
Definitely getting some good heat set up.
Yeah.
But you seem like you're, rather than trying to beat him to setting it up, you're just kind of waiting and then making the adjustments off.
Yeah,
which I like. So
slide protection a little bit more and
yeah.
Cool.
All right, so let's go.
Let go.
Gibbs, Matt Stafford right there.
That last
He's got a
one
fight.
yard, so it's second down and 9.
Oh, wow! S. Gibbs lost in the backfield.
Was that not a good scrape fight in, Pollock?
That was a good play by S. Gibbs. I'll give
I
him
remember
credit.
using Stephen Tulloch on the Titans circa Madden 07. And he was like a 50 overall then, back in the day. And now he's just a
Good play by
beast.
Gibbs. Good play.
Fight!
All right, so Daryl looks to make those adjustments. Gibbs looks to get the ball back and actually score some points.
What, did I not just score points there?
2 points
Yeah?
in the quarter.
Yeah?
That's not what the fans want.
And that's why they have bad field position.
Good run there by, good scrape off the edge. Saints D playing strong. Now the chess match comes. Buffalo Rob with a quick tempo. Birdman the King, I will be your coach. I will help you. Good pressure from Daryl. It gets barely picked up. The left side completed, but a good mix-in of the pressure. A lot of people think he's just dropping people back. No, there's heat coming, and it was a good call. Now he's got to watch that motion again. Russell Wilson going to go for a run and picks up 7. Gibbs on the other side has pressure coming in off the right, hucks it out of bounds, and Matt Stafford has a 33 coming up.
Me, Eddie.
Ooh, turn that head, Hawthorne. A good play by Daryl. Even though he did rebase the line, he got deep and he had a guy outside. He did a good job using the guy inside because that's an easy inside pass lead. So he was good in that area.
That really just hit that guy in the head.
This defense can pressure the quarterback. There's no doubt about it. They did this time, and it results in another incompletion.
Good play. You spooked him out of that. 4th and 3, a huge 4th and 3 coming up. I'd expect him to go, and think he should at half field. Way to be in the vicinity and force him to drop that pass.
Not sure why they're going to go for it at this point, but they are. They're not going to punt.
Looks like a run potential. If he runs left there, I think you got him, and you just got to be really good off the right.
What? You got to put the ball up.
In the NFL, you know how many
Got
points
it.
you need? And the answer is
Good streak from the tight end, very difficult to stop. 4th and 3, touchdown, and now you just got to score.
It says
score again.
It says we go for 2. So I'm going for 2.
Yeah, I like it.
There's the quarterback.
How'd you score, S-Gibbs?
Barking out mute signals.
You trying to keep your sneak and get Matt Stafford to fight?
Point try. And
Calvin, it's your baby now.
2
Duh.
points on the board as they convert.
Duh. How did I switch the lines? Because of Megatron. I don't know. I went rogue, and Farls
Ready for the kickoff.
ruined my controller.
Yeah, I don't know. Gibbs just said he switched up to, Double J. I think he's not doing necessarily anything special because they have good defensive tackles, or he didn't find something and then switch to the Lions because of their defensive tackles. He just...
I have both Sue and Farley at D tackle.
Yeah, he's not doing anything special. He's just...
I like the speed of lines on D.
Yeah, it's more about acceleration than say power at like that position.
Playing press coverage to
So,
the outside.
Yeah. Definitely good to have them. I mean, they're going to make more plays than not. You know, they have block shed like with Haloti Nada and Cody. You want them on the field, but you don't necessarily use them like you use a JPP or Ben Matthews. Overthrow. 3rd and 6 here.
Down following the run. Working that left side. He brings it in here.
When I think about corn, I miss corn.
Like a play action pass when the offensive linemen make it look like it's a run. The linebackers are all near the line of scrimmage. And
Oh yeah, inside pass lead. Oh, you had RB. 4th and 3, Jimmy Graham. Daryl had Jimmy Graham inside pass lead. Still hit the out to Jimmy Graham, but it was a weird catch and just missed it. Gibbs, what are you doing to lock up that misalignment on the left Shop is using there?
I just manually move him over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good play. So he gets it again.
Offense lines up here. 1st down and 10. The handoff. Running behind.
Alf. Big Alf. Big Alf. Fight!
Redskin in for the score. When you talk about a running back like this, he doesn't possess the great speed.
I didn't get my.
A long touchdown run,
I need to be in better position there with Pollock, where I've been scraping. I got hit by the lineman, so I couldn't get to the outside edge, funneling back inside.
And the extra point.
Which, that's the whole point of setting the edge.
Daryl in a nice compressed set here.
If you don't set the edge,
it's no realignment. Let's see if he can. Ooh.
If you do not set DOS edge.
Sproles with a great draw. Potential for a downfield seam there. I mean, you don't want to throw a turnover, but there's definitely potential if he doesn't get aligned right.
Setting up return.
Out. Who knows?
Saw a lane. Saw a lane.
Sproles takes a hit, keeps on ticking.
Because you need to fight.
Oh, Y seemed open, but he was on kind of a different route.
Yeah,
so the second I saw he was open, he broke to a different cut. So good play, but to go underneath and not getting tempted to throw that.
He's brought down at the 23-yard line. No time to huddle now.
Well, they complete the pass, Jim, but doesn't get the 1st down. Sooner or later, you got to throw one down the field.
That leads us to 2nd down. From the gun, looks to his left. And he'll step out of bounds.
You got to fight
This is what drives coaches crazy.
for your
You make the
right
quarterback throw
to
short, then you can't come up and make the
Gibs.
tackle, and you give up the long game.
I just make that up.
You got your players in position. That's all you can do. Now it's up to them to make a play.
Good draw. Center's got to pick that guy up, and you had a touchdown.
The quarterback has his
3rd and 8. He's got time.
here.
He's got time.
1st and 10.
Looks like 2-man under.
Work the middle of the field.
Calvin!
And he
I would
is
guess no pressure.
at the 44. Hurry up. 2-minute offense.
Swings it out to Thomas. Can't make the catch.
Forgot his PlayStation. He got jammed. I mean, his Xbox. He got jammed on the left.
Also, Daryl is a PS3 player, so there's definitely a factor there.
Good job.
Taking the field goal?
Quarterback, man-to-man coverage down the field. When you see it, you got to be accurate with the football. He was that time, and that's why we got the completion.
And the offense will need 3 yards here on 3rd down after the completion.
Gibbs with the inside lead to Megatron, breaks a tackle, picks up yards.
Mega.
That play will go no huddle.
The margin of error against man-to-man defense is much smaller for a quarterback than it would be against zone defenses. That time the quarterback right on target. Good throw.
Quarterback taking the snap from the shotgun. Knocked away.
He wanted Mega on that wall.
It's a beautiful throw down the field, but the
He needed Mega on that wall.
waits until it's time to make that jump. He defends the pass. What a good job of the defensive back.
Bum 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 bum.
Nice D, great adjustments. Good
Quarterback
stuff.
sees something in his defense he wants to take advantage of. Look at the hand signals he's given to the receiver outside.
Out of the gun.
Megatron, one more time. Tender area. SGibs has found the tender area of Shopmaster's defense.
Mega! This changes how the other team is going to manage the game.
When I think about Mega, think about Tron, the movie.
And the point after is good. The Redskins ready to return the kick.
Bum, bum, bum. Come on, Green. Come on, Green. Get down there.
Signals fair catch.
Buffalo Rob going to tick-tock.
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 Cup of milk. Cup of milk and cookies. That's what he's doing or something? I need a guy on the lines named Husker Colonel. I do. I really do. I do. Ooh.
The quarterback's calling something out. It's now 1st and 10. Looking across.
Wheel route there, gets back up to 14-yard gain. 3rd and 2.
Quarterback didn't have the time. He's off
Let's
balance,
see.
and he throws the incompletion.
Playing to win or not to lose. Depends on the game, depends on the opponent, depends on the situation, depends on definition, depends on who's critiquing your game, depends on many things. Usually when you play conservative and you don't win, you say, I play not to lose. Sometimes when you play too aggressive and you don't win, you say, oh, I should have played more conservative. And there's a lot of Sunday morning quarterbacking that goes on. Monday morning, Tuesday morning, Wednesday morning quarterbacking. But it's really
On the way,
up to the player.
The throw to the left. Throws a strike. He'll be brought down, but not before picking up the first.
Nice. Oh, drops it. Darryl gets a stop.
Remaining, and you're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Boom, boom, boom.
I mean, it all depends. There's 200 scenarios you can ask me, and I could tell you 400 different ways to play.
That reception gave them the first down. He'll fire it out to the left.
Pick that, sir.
Incomplete. Great
Darren Sproles unable to pick up the blitz
That's a wonderful job
there.
that time by the secondary.
Was
Everybody
in position to pick up the
nowhere
edge
for
pressure
the
right,
quarterback
but did
to throw the
not
football,
get it done.
And it leads to another incomplete pass.
You're in field goal range, which will get it to an 8-point game, as long as you don't take another sack. So now you got to pick up at least 6. You might not have to get all 26, because if you take the field goal, you just got to stop it.
He's running off tackle. He steps out.
When you see a long run like that, you know what it does? It just breaks the will of the defense. In the NFL, it's all about passing. We see all these wonderful things. But when it comes down
Rob
to
going
it,
with the bold flavors 2.0 from the guide.
B favors.
What you got to like.
running the football,
Darren
great
Sproles
job of the
doing
offensive
work.
line that time.
Fight, doctor.
Here they come back to the line after picking up over 20 yards on that last play.
Scrape, Justin Miller, scrape.
It's gonna be close.
It's going to be tight. You got to make it, though.
Player on the field.
Put that arrow all the way down.
Bold flavors literally came from when I was making it earlier in the summer when I was making the video. And that's how intense it was.
There you go.
It was bold flavors.
Garrett. Come on, Garrett. And now you can, you go onside? Yeah.
Or do I?
Play number
Let's
6
see.
coming
I
up
think
on this.
Whatever you're going to do, you just,
Second down and 7.
What's he not thinking?
And again here. He's going to be swallowed up behind the line.
And that time that run didn't work because
not
I
enough
was
mustard.
on the,
Not
I was on
enough
the left.
mustard. Enough mustard! Down!
What did he do?
Down!
He got it?
Yeah.
Fight.
All right, now you got 2 minutes to score. You got to get 2, though, so whatever you can do. Fight!
The offense heads to the line for the 7th play of the drive.
Nice FL screen. Way to get out of bounds.
Against the field. And the quarterback is taken down.
The name of the game is hit the guy with the football. The quarterback has it.
Fourth quarter Farls rubbing off on Darryl.
By him.
We got a fight.
And sacks the QB.
Fourth quarter Darryl.
Good play by Daryl.
The quarterback mixing things up at the line of scrimmage. This will be the 8th play of this drive. He'll throw it over the middle.
Cash Moner back.
The quarterback is under so much pressure. He's thrown it before these receivers are even ready.
All right.
D. Errol.
Let's go full screen Daryl's game, Tech Guy. Runs a draw. Sproles. Sproles gets up to the 25-yard line. Minute 50 left.
They come to the line of scrimmage. First down. He's setting up here. He's been sacked.
Daryl has Lance Moore across the middle. 2nd and 3. Lot and plenty of time left.
That time the pass is completed into double coverage, Jim, but the quarterback made a bad read. But these receivers, they are so good nowadays. That
Touchdown. That's a Marcus Colston touchdown.
Wow. For the
Daryl's got to get to. He's got time.
That's a nice touchdown here. You're still losing.
Good play there.
But you know what you've done? You put the game in doubt.
So a lot of people are saying scored too fast. Not if he doesn't get the 2-point conversion, then he still has 2 timeouts, and that's fine. So he's got to play the game.
These defensive backs are ready for a battle. Well, this works out about 40% of the time if you look back on history, and they'll go for that 2-point conversion.
Great call that Jimmy Graham gets the 2-point conversion, ties the game at 24. Great job, Daryl. And now he's got to lock up. He's stopped them once, and he's just got to do it again. He's got to. That's it. And if he doesn't, he lets them score. I assume he's going to go down, though, in territory. So you got 2 timeouts. 40 seconds is.
The Seahawks
play your
get ready to start their drive. Look at the safety here, moving up at the last moment.
Wow, Calvin Johnson's got
The
bad
give to the
times.
running back, and he'll try it left.
I fumbled.
He's brought to a halt.
Nice job that time by the ball carrier, getting it just past the first down mark. Big first down, keep the chains moving.
So intrigued. Daryl's game?
Minute 10 left here. He ran left last time. Expect a motion here, probably. It looks like he just clicked on it.
Draw.
To a draw,
Yeah, that's good.
Sweet. Like sweet.
It's good. It's all good.
Always good to
2nd and
have
5 here.
runs.
Uh-oh, I wasn't watching.
But it sends a message.
He's got time.
It shows everybody that you can run it when you want to. And also
Good alignment here.
Opens up so
All
many
set.
other things for your offense.
Potential
Staying on the ground. And that's a gain of
run.
10.
That's an excellent job. Just get enough yardage to get the first down, move those chains, and keep this
You got time if you need to
offense
think about it. You got timeouts.
They motion the receiver around to the other side.
Oh.
Looking for it.
How did he drop that interception?
How do
Oh
you-
my goodness.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness.
Back to throw the football, and
Wow.
it leads to another
Really? What happened?
Oh,
Did he get a pick?
no.
I should have. Pick 6.
I didn't even. Wish I
You
could-
got timeouts if you need them, if something doesn't get aligned right, because you're not really going to use them otherwise. So
you got to get some bros up in the.
fourth quarter is
take it if you need it.
Second down
Draw.
and 10. Here's the handoff.
Ew.
And they'll run it. And it's Curtis Lofton
All right,
who
now you
makes
need to
the
take some
play.
timeouts.
when you have defensive ends.
Now he's going to take the timeout. So
They think they're going to get to the quarterback.
3rd and 1. So
Those kind of defensive ends.
you want to lock up here. He's obviously a good chance he's going to run. Maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. But you're going to then take a timeout. He's going to kick the field goal, and you're going to get ball back if you can stop him. Big 3rd and 1. So think about that. That's
The one nice thing about playing on
take
national
a timeout if you
internet.
didn't get your play. If you didn't get your play, take a timeout.
One nice thing about national internet is the lag for field goals. So, real talk.
He's definitely probably in range, but if he doesn't pick up the first down, then he's got to kick it sooner than later.
Looks like they're in press coverage here. Offense lines up here.
Realign, he's got a chance.
The running back goes in motion. 3rd and 1.
Oh! Fumble! How's that not a fumble?
That's backwards.
That time by the defense.
That wasn't backwards?
But it went out of bounds. But still,
That's a loss of a couple yards, though.
right.
Results in an incompletion.
I think he's going for it.
Really?
Let's see. He's probably trying to figure out if he can kick a field goal, maybe? He's going for it in goal line? It looks like he's in goal
Yeah.
line. So just be ready. Once again, something looks fishy. You got timeout.
Maybe he's trying to draw you off sides. He's going to do the old halfback toss thing, right? Or now,
It's audible.
yeah. Get ready for a...
Here's the handoff to Marshawn Lynch. Gains 12.
I'll do it, I guess.
Anytime. Game around completely. Well, they didn't get it done that time. Now they got to look out for something special.
Good game, Shoppy. Shoptopia.
The offense heads to the line for the 7th play of the
So Mr. Darryl comes in and puts up a good fight.
Great fight. Great battle back. Good game.
That'll stop
Darryl almost takes him down,
4th and 1. He goes for it. Interesting call.
right?
I should call timeout.
It was just it was
The Seahawks
beyond
get
kinda
set
normal
to attempt the
thought.
field goal.
I think so.
The kick.
good win. So tight game. Good fight for Darryl.
Probably
Darryl fought hard.
Good battle.
Yeah,
Fought very hard.
he's a good player.
And listen, it was a hard fought game.
All right.
Fun to watch. And
Good
that
show.
field goal, listen, that was
Yeah, we're gonna end it. All right, that is all for show 87. We will see you next week. Lock up.